what's going on? It is Monday. Right now we are headed over to the yard. You probably saw the title of this video and you're wondering, why did I choose a power washing business over something traditional or just college in general? We're gonna get right into that, but first let's get over to the yard. Alrighty, we made it over here to the yard. We have to get this truck right here ready. All right, we are headed over to the gas station this morning, fill up the tank in the truck. But while I'm headed there, I wanted to let you guys know why I didn't go to college. I didn't go to college because I hated sitting in a classroom. I hated school growing up. And I just hated the traditional way. I don't know if you guys know this, but the founder of the Board of Education, the school system in general, was Rockefeller. And what did Rockefeller want to do? Well, Rockefeller wanted to create generations of employees and not employers, which means that the entire school system is set up so that you can become an employee of somebody else. It doesn't teach you any kind of leadership. You have to raise your hand to talk. You have to ask to go to the bathroom. I could go on forever. I just hated school. And everyone around me was telling me that I need to go to college. Like, oh, that's the only way, you know, you're not going to equate to anything if you don't. You need to go to college. You need to get a degree, then sit in a classroom for 4 years and then hope to get a $30,000 to $50,000 a year job. That sounded so miserable. I'd rather take a chance and live under a bridge. And I'm being honest. And I wanted real world experience. I wanted to build real skills because I knew that if you solve real problems in the real world, you will make money. I always wanted real world experience. I valued that well over education, well over school. I wanted to build real world experience. Even if I failed, I knew it was better spending my time trying to do something than it was if I went to school, got a job, and just settled for average or safety or security, whatever these people want to tell you. Nowadays, school basically makes you a modern slave, and you might not want to hear that. Those of you in school, or those of you that are pursuing school or whatever, but it's a modern slave. You are trading your time and energy for money. Back then, there was no money in the equation, so it was, you know, an actual slave. But nowadays, they just give you a house, they give you food, they give you, you know, everything else you need. But how do you get those things? You have to pay money. And where'd money come from? They fucking printed it. So if you're working for money by the hour, making $15 an hour, then you're just a slave. They just put something in between it. And now you're working for something, and then you have to pay for it. Before, you got free housing, you got free food, you got, you know, it's the same exact thing. They just added money in the equation. And now they're educating you so that you can be a better slave. Like, it's such a scheme that, you know, I didn't want any part of that. But while I wait for traffic here, I was 16, 17 when I made this decision. I don't want to go to college. I don't want any part of college. And during that, I was in high school. And by the time I got to senior year of high school and ready to go into college, I had my power washing business I was doing good with it. But my dad wanted me to go to college. He wanted me to get a business degree because if I ever wanted to take loans out of the bank, he said it would be better if I had one. I didn't agree, but, you know, whatever. So I went just to make him happy, but I was ChatGPTing everything. Everything was, I cheated on everything. I took it online. Every test, just copy and paste. Like, I wasn't learning a thing. And then also, when I did take the time to read it, I already knew the answers to this. It was marketing. It was basic business. What's an LLC? I knew that stuff just from being in business, just from doing the marketing, just from doing, you know, tax returns and stuff like that. It's stuff that doesn't even matter. And it's stuff that, why am I paying to learn about an LLC? If I need to know about an LLC that bad, I could look it up. And that's what I did when I didn't know what an LLC was 3 years ago. I don't need to take a class just to learn about business formality. I can understand that just by being in business. I went to business school for a semester. I was going to get a 2-year business degree. And a month in, or 2 months, however long a semester is, I have no clue. I could care less. I dropped out because I didn't want to spend my time in these online classes. I was doing it at night. I was coming home from working, power washing business, and I would go online and I would just chat GPT these things, and half the time I didn't even do the assignments. I have pictures, I think, or videos on Snapchat of literally just missing assignments because I just didn't give a shit. Alright, we had to get gas there. Sorry for the little intermission. That was basically why I didn't go to college. Now let's talk about why I chose to start a power washing business. For one, it was a low startup cost, which means that I can get started for very little money. $1,500 to be exact. And then there was also the immediate cash flow. I made money the same day I started. I bought all the equipment and I knocked doors and I passed out door hangers and I made money that day. There is no other business model outside of home services like power washing that you could do that. Talk about, you know, any other business, right? You can't do that. And then also, college, you're talking about going to school for 4 years, 5 years, you know, however long, and then you're making $30K a year. $30K a year ain't shit. You can't even buy a loaf of bread for $30K a year. I was making like $50K a year when I was 16, 17. So that's the same as if I was 22, fresh out of college, getting an intern job at some accounting job. It's the same thing. I'd rather make it at 16 and be, by the time I'm 22, be making $1 million a year. But that's just my opinion. The other thing is it's in heavy demand. Everyone around here knows they need it. And if you can address certain pain points, you stay on top of it. It also looks good. You know, there's a lot of demand for it, especially for people who have second homes, for people who just care about their home. People always say, oh, who's going to pay for that? Look, if they pay a couple $100s for dinner here and there, they'll pay a couple $100s to get their house power washed, to save them a couple hours after work, or save them an entire Saturday because they don't have the equipment that I have. It's worth it to them because their time is valuable. Even if they don't understand the value of time, they still want to take that thing off their to-do list. How are you?
Good.
Nice to see you. Don't mind the camera. I just film ads with the power washing the camera.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Good.
Nice to meet you. Good. Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Don't mind the camera. I just film ads with the.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
notice it. Okay.
I just wanted to point it out in case you were looking at it, like,
No,
what?
I wasn't.
What's going on here? Yeah, you need a hand with doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Just pull that back. I can't read. You got more trucks, huh?
Yeah, a couple more.
Yeah, I see different trucks. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Awesome for you. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Right now it's 3.
Oh, wow.
3, including mine, but
Right.
you know, mine's in the estimate truck. But
All right.
Okay.
all right, well, I'll get started. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the water hookup was on the side, or is I saw one right there?
One out back here.
Okay.
And then there's one on the side over here of the house.
Gotcha. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right, I didn't film much on that one. It is currently 9:51. I got here at 8:30, made $500 in an hour and a half. I talked to him for like 20 minutes. Anyway, as I was saying, why I didn't go to college and why I started a power washing business. Like I said, the low barrier entry, I hated school. And when I was starting it, it was exciting, but it was also nerve-wracking because I was starting something that most people look at as a side hustle. And I saw it a lot differently. I saw, if I can make a couple $100 an hour, why can't I have crews out making me a couple $100 an hour? And that's the framework I took it. I didn't take it like I can just go and make money and then sit on the couch when I get home. No. When I started, it was very nerve-wracking of, is this going to work? But instead of sitting around waiting until I had everything planned out and I had the fancy shirts and I had the truck, I just started. I just started doing it. I got some shirts on Printful. I got some yard signs from a local guy. I got a power washer from Home Depot, and I threw it in a truck and went to work. It was simple as that. 16, 17 when I started, and now I'm 19. I have this truck here, multiple crews, and it's going up from here. The other misconception in the power washing space, not to dive into this, I know we're talking about why I started a power washing business instead of going to college. When you look up power washing business, how to start a power washing business, everyone is talking about what way to shoot the tip, which way to do this, which way to do that. It's the stupidest thing. Whereas what you need to do is just make money, get jobs, focus on marketing, and focus on the business. Because at the end of the day, you're providing a service for a client. No matter how much you know, you're not going to sit there and talk about how much you know to the client. You're just going to do the work and it's going to come out amazing. If you know what you're doing and the result comes out great, done. Okay, move on. You have now mastered power washing. Just get good enough that you know what you're doing, you provide amazing results, and you can train somebody. Once you're at that point, stop watching the videos on how to soft wash a house. I'm not going to make any videos because I don't think that's important. Obviously, you need to know the skill set. But look, when somebody starts a lawn mowing business, it's a simple service. You're going to go mow the lawn. You're not going to watch videos all day on how to mow the lawn properly. You just cut the grass. It's the same thing as power washing. Obviously, I do a soft wash process, so there's a little bit more intense, but when you're starting doing driveways, look, you want to know something? If the driveway's dirty, clean it. When it's clean, you're done. It's simple as that. I don't get why people complicate this so much. Fucking Dale. That's the power washing industry in a nutshell. But just don't listen to it. It's so stupid. Second job. Alright, we just finished up the second job of the day. Right now it's 11 a.m. We are done, made just over $800 today. Mind you, that is a week's salary if I went 4 years in school and got a job. Anyway, let me talk into how it compares to the college life and the college lifestyle, because a lot of people, older people, fucking losers, say, oh, well, you're missing the experience of college. Okay, let's talk about that. The people I went to high school with, the ones that are in college now, you know what they're doing? They're drinking, they're partying, they're smoking, they're sleeping around, and they're going into debt. Whether it's their debt or their parents' debt, either way, they are fluking out of college. You know, maybe there is people that are, you know, studying every day and all that, but like, who wants to do that? Why not build a real business, right? While they're partying, drinking, smoking, I'm building a real business. I'm making real money every single day. You know, a lot of people say they go to college just for the experience, but why would you shave 4 years off of your life just to go to a party. I got a better thought. Spend 4 years building a business and then go throw a yacht party every weekend in Miami. Like, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a better alternative than going to some fucking dorm party in fucking Delaware or fucking Idaho. Like, who gives a shit about that? It's the misconception with older people and going to college. They're like, oh, you're going to miss the experience. What experience? Losers. You know why? You know why they say you're going to miss the experience? Is because they say, oh, well, you know, it's the last 4 years before you hunker down for the rest of your life and go to work every day and, you know, just slave away. And they say that. And it's right, because most people, they go to college and then they get a 9-to-5 job and they're making fucking no money, slaving away every single day, not able to enjoy themselves because they don't make enough money to go out to dinner. They don't make enough money to go on vacation. They can't just up and leave whenever they want. They can't just pause their schedule whenever they want. They can't do anything. They're locked in to the 9-to-5 and living off somebody else's dime. You either build your dreams or somebody will hire you to build theirs. And instead of going to college, and you still, sure, you can go to parties in the afternoon and night and the weekends and all, but during the day, you gotta wake up at a certain time. You gotta do, you know, homework. You gotta, all this gay shit. But on my end, I'm making more than the teachers themselves. I control my time. I control my income. I control where the business goes. I can control what day I even work. If I wanted to fuck off to Florida tomorrow, I can. I'll just move the jobs to next week. I'll come back next week and do them. It's not that big of a deal. I feel like I got dirt all over my face because I'm fucking actually working here instead of going to a fucking party. In my opinion, I believe I made the right choice. And even if something goes wrong, guess what? I still built a real skill set. Sales, leadership, marketing, communication. I could go out tomorrow, start window cleaning, start mowing lawns, and I will be fine because I built the skills. Those skills are irreplaceable and they are not able to be bought. You cannot buy that skill. Sure, you can buy a course that gets you that skill or a consultation, but the skills themselves still have to be learned and they still have to be mastered. But when you master them and you get extremely comfortable doing them, you are now able to generate money in so many different ways. Think about that. I've been in business now 4 years. 2 of those years I've actually been serious about it. The other 2 years I've been just like, you know, make money, buy a car or something like that. But 2 years I've been serious about it, and in those 2 years I have learned so much about marketing, sales, leadership, communication, everything. People go to college and they go for one skill, and I think that's laughable. It's going to take you 4 years to learn how to public speak. 4 years. I learned how to communicate with a customer in a day. And then I came home and I said, okay, what worked, what didn't? And then I tweaked it, and the next day I was better. And then 2 years later, I could talk to a customer like I'm talking to a friend. There's no like switch I gotta click. It's just immediate. It's just natural. I could talk professionally. It's just a skill set you built. That skill set in itself is valuable. There's also marketing. There's also leadership. Leadership is a big one. You don't learn anything about leadership. You know what you learn about leadership in college? You learn that the person in charge has to be older than you. They have to have years and years of experience. But guess what? You don't have to be older than them. And quite frankly, you don't have to know any more than them. They could even know more than you. But all you have to do is just be able to communicate with them on the right basis. If you talk to them like a friend, they're going to take advantage of you. If you talk to them like, you know, they're a piece of meat and they don't mean anything, they're going to leave. You got to know how to treat people right. And you also got to know when to tell them they're outright doing the wrong thing and when to tell them, hey, you're doing a good job, but do this just a little bit different. That's what they should teach you in school. That's what the teachers should be doing. Instead of saying, nope, wrong, everyone's like, they got their fucking little ruler, they smack it on, nope, wrong, wrong, wrong. You gotta tell people, hey, that's right, I see what you did there, but just do this. Instead of fucking clowning people in front of a whole school. That's what school teaches you. That's what this fucking bullshit scam teaches you. Anyway, I'm headed back to the yard right now. It is 11 a.m. It is a beautiful day, 65 and sunny. That's what my phone says right now. And we're gonna head back to the yard, get this thing packed up. I got a couple maintenance things to do there and some other little things, but nothing crazy. Like I said, I make my own schedule. Today was a lighter day, not for any given reason, you know, just happened to be. I didn't book it out that far. I've been booking out the rest of the week. Anyway, we gotta head back to the yard right now, so I will see you guys over there. I just got back here to the yard, and I have to pack up the truck. It's basically done. I just have to take some stuff out, put it back in my truck. The day is done. One person did pay cash, 500 bucks in cash. The other one, I think they're gonna do it on a credit card or Venmo or something. Who fucking knows? Anyway, it is, let's see, what time is it? It is 11:49 a.m. 11:49. The people in college that are partying, and they were partying last night, they're probably not even awake yet. And I already made a week's salary if you make 50K a year. So as I was saying, basically, if you're willing to work and willing to work hard and have a good work ethic, this is exactly what you need to be doing. You don't need to be going to college, partying, and wasting your life. Start a business. And you don't need a perfect plan. Just start. Just take action. It's the best thing you could do. And I'm telling you, it's not the easy road. It's not the easy way out. There's easier ways. But this is a guarantee get rich method. A guarantee retire your family method. A guarantee have money for unexpected medical bills. Because that's what it's all about. It's not about the Lambo in Miami. That'll come. It's about having the money to retire your parents, to pay for a medical bill if something comes up. That stuff is way more important. And if you want the easy way, go work at fucking McDonald's. All right, we are just leaving the yard here. We're gonna go to Chick-fil-A because why not? Just wanted to say, as a final summary, I have no regrets. I am so glad that I listened to myself and I bet on myself and didn't go to college and didn't listen to what everyone else said. Everyone else that said, oh, you need to go to college, you're not going to equate to anything if you don't go to college. Lies, 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 lies. They don't want you to do better than them. And it sounds like, oh, there's no way. My aunt, there's no way that she doesn't want me to do better. Like, she's wants the best for me. No. She doesn't want you to live your life. She wants to have a handle on it. If they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, then don't fucking listen to them. I've learned more about life, business, and money just by doing it, just by being in business, just by making money, just by handling money. I've learned so much that school could never teach me. School could never teach how to file a tax return. School could never teach me how to actually start a business. But basically, betting on myself was the best decision I ever made, and I will continue to bet on myself. Because you are the only person that can make this work, and you are the only person that can fuck it up. And only a few people are going to know where that's from. But you are the only person that can control the outcome of your life. And everyone says, oh, well, it's not your choice if you're poor. Yes, it is. It's your choice that you didn't work hard. It's your choice that you didn't start that business. It's your choice you didn't make that investment. It's your choice that you went into fucking bankruptcy just trying to buy a nice car, and it was a fucking Nissan anyway. Basically, don't listen to everyone. Do what you want to do. Do what you know is best. Even if it doesn't work, make it fucking work. Because nothing is going to work by you sitting there and waiting for it to happen. It's going to work by you getting up and going after it. Look at this guy next to me. You can't see him. I can't really pick up the camera either. He's got a ladder on the truck. He's got shit in the back. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he's working. Oh boy, we got fucking Brittany. Brittany's working. How are you? Could I do the 4-piece strip meal? Could I do a Sprite? Nope, that's it.
Any sauces?
No, it's alright.
Don't have any.
Alan?
So I have the 4-pound strip meal. I have that with a medium fine Sprite, no sauce.
Cool, perfect.
Total comes to 12%. You can tap the screen. Good to go.
Cool, thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Good to you.
Why is this bitch staring at me? Yeah, I got a fucking GoPro on my dashboard. Fucking deal with it. Got Bert from accounting up here. Fucking Tammy's working today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Straws in the bag. My pleasure. Have a great day.
You as well.
Thank you so much.
How you 400 pounds? She fucking eat my chicken, bro? Oh, it's still here. A close one, bro. Headed back to Whoville on the spec. That's basically today's work day, and I hope you guys got some value out of that. Maybe you're considering going to college, or you're, you know, listening to your parents, or you're listening to other elders, let's say, talk about college and talk about how you need to go, or else you're not going to equate to anything, or, oh, what are you going to do if you don't have a degree? You know, anything that they say. If that's happening in your life, I hope that my story resonates with you just a tiny bit. Maybe gives you a clearer direction. Maybe gives you an idea. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business, but you don't know what to do if you go to college or start your business. But I hope this helps one person just get through the barrier and the expectation that college sets on people. Fuck college. College is a scam, built and manufactured to produce employees. Read about it. That's what I ask. Read about it, tell me I'm fucking wrong. Sure, if you're gonna be a fucking dentist, please go to school. But if you're gonna if you're trying to make money, instead of be a fucking charity for teeth, go fucking make some money. It's fucking simple as that. I don't get what the fuck's so complicated about this whole life thing. Fucking make money, do cool shit, have fun, and fucking live your damn life, retire your parents, call it a fucking day. It's pretty fucking simple. Alright, we're calling some fucking nerd that didn't pay me yet. Let's see. What's his name? Faggot. F-A. There's too many faggots in here. There we go. Faggot 3, it was.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Hey, this is Alan with AmeriWash, just giving you a call. I was just wondering if you got the invoice for the job on 11th Street. I can resend it to you if you'd like, or I can resend it straight to your sister. I do have her email on file from last year. Just let me know whatever is convenient for you. And yeah, if there's anything else I could do for you. Thank you. Bye. Absolute faggot. Who has the fucking audacity to do a job and then fucking blow him off and not pay him? It's $400, bro. Come on. Fucking $400. It's fucking nothing. People's conception of money is fucking broken.